I call to order and open the Bernards Township Committee meeting for June 24th, 2025. Please stand for the flag salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Mayor's opening statement. Adequate notice of this meeting was posted on the bulletin board in the municipal building, 1 Collier Lane, Basking Ridge, on the Township website and emailed to the Bernardsville News, Whippany, the Courier News Bridgewater, tapinto.net, patch.com, and filed with the Township Clerk on December 18th, 2024. Any motion to go into closed session will be include that the material discussed at such closed session will be disclosed to the public when such matters are finally determined, and there is no further reason to prohibit the public from disclosure of information relating to such matters. No new business will be introduced after 10:30 p.m. Public comment will be accepted at all meetings. Speakers will be limited to 5 minutes each. All meetings will adjourn no later than 11:30 p.m. Roll call, Christy.
Ms. Acey?
Here.
Ms. Duarte McCarthy?
Here.
Mayor Fields?
Here.
Mr. Tancredi and Mr. McNally are excused this evening.
Executive session, resolution 2025-0228. Christy?
Authorizing an executive session meeting of the Bernards Township Committee to discuss personnel, performance evaluation of the Township Administrator.
Can I have a motion?
So moved. Second.
Discussion? Roll call, Christy?
Ms. Acey?
Yes.
Ms. Duarte McCarthy?
Yes.
Mayor Fields?
Yes.
Motion carried.
We're closed. We're in back in session. Resolution 2025-0232. Christie?
Recognizing June as LGBTQ+ Pride Month.
Anna McCarthy is going to introduce this resolution.
Hey, thank you, Mayor. We are a unique and vibrant community, and I've had the opportunity during the last 30 years of living here to meet residents who identify as part of the gay, lesbian, bisexual, and transgender community and or are allies of the community. Like all of us, these individuals want to be respected and valued and have an opportunity to thrive. The resolution tonight recognizing June as LGBTQ+ Pride Month sends a message that we as a township recognize, celebrate, and value our community. I'm also pleased and proud that we are recognizing the Greater Somerset County YMCA, and that includes our local Somerset Hills YMCA, as strong partners to the community. I've been a member and volunteer of the Y for many years. Those who don't know the Y and its mission sometimes consider it a place to swim or hit the gym. However, I've learned over the years that it's much more than that. The Y is more like the kitchen of your home. It's a place where people want to congregate and feel welcome. The Y creates this environment through its training of staff and broad and intentional programming. As an example, the Y hosted a series of community events to celebrate Juneteenth, which commemorates the emancipation of the last enslaved African Americans on June 19, 1865. And likewise, the Y has been hosting a series of programs and resources on the LGBTQ+ community and its allies. Whether it's the Pride Picnic being held this coming Thursday at the Somerset Hills Y, the display of rainbow flags and banners throughout the year, content related to the community on its website, the Y makes sure that the LGBTQ+ community and its allies are welcome and can be part of its mission of healthy living for all. The Y leadership here this evening, including Lisa Pensabine, Senior Wellness Director, and Gabby St. Fleur, Senior Director of Youth Development, are part of the team that makes sure that this is part of who we are as a community. Thank you for your commitment to and work in making the Y a welcoming place, and for your ongoing partnership to Bernards Township. I'll close with this reflection, Mayor. In Bernards Township, we talk about the fabric of Bernards. This year, similarly, Washington, D.C.'s theme was the fabric of freedom. As background, throughout history, people have used fabrics as expressive symbols to communicate identities and as forms of resistance. While the LGBTQ+ community faces growing challenges, both in the United States and worldwide, from those seeking to divide rather than unite, it's the fabric of our community here in Bernards Township, through our rich cultures, diverse identities, and backgrounds, that will guide us forward toward a bright and hopeful future. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Can I have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Discussion? Jen, would you like to say something?
I would like to say I was very pleased to see that we were, again, as we have on an annual basis, this type of resolution, as well as the displaying of the Pride banners within our community. And as myself, as a very proud ally of the LGBTQAI+ community, it just further goes to show that the Township Committee is firmly supporting all residents, so that everyone knows that they are included and respected. And I also have a wonderful, speak of gratitude to the YMCA. You serve in many capacities, serving all of our diverse residents, and thank you for, again, accepting this, this particular resolution and all that you do. Thank you.
Thank you. So I wrote something out, but I first wanted to mention, when I was mayor last time, it was the first time ever, I was asked by our Township Committee woman if I would approve the banners being displayed out in the front of Town Hall. As mayor, you have to put it on the agenda, and you have to approve it as mayor. And I said, of course, I support doing that. And then we all agreed that it was something that we wanted to do as a community, to have the banners here in Town Hall, so that's why they're out there. So I'm proud to say that I started that along with my other colleagues, and we supported that, and I thank Joan Bannon for that. It's very important that we show as a community that we're inclusive and we include everyone. And so it's really made a difference. And it's unfortunate that year after year when we put them out, it is controversial, and we do get emails with people complaining and people not understanding it. It's very unfortunate, but we explained to them that it's a decision that we all made together, not just me. I always say I'm only one person who supported it, but we all support it. And year after year, we support Pride Month and we support the banners, and I'm proud to be part of that. But I did want to say, as mayor, I recognize June as Pride Month, a time to honor the history, resilience, and ongoing contribution of the LGBTQ+ community in our town and across the nation. For decades, LGBTQ+ individuals have fought for the right to live openly, authentically, free from discrimination. Their courage and advocacy have made a difference to so many. This month, we remember the pioneers of the LGBTQ+, who made a difference in their community and beyond. We celebrate the diversity that defines our community and recommit to ensuring that every resident, regardless of sexual orientation, that they're valued and they feel safe. Let Pride Month be a reminder of the power of community, especially our community, and the importance of acceptance and enduring strength of love in all its forms. Happy Pride Month. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. And also thank you to the Y for all that you do. I'm sorry, forgot to mention, thank you. And thank you for coming here and accepting the resolution.
Thank you. And Mayor, I think Lisa Pennsylvania was going to make some comments.
Oh, okay. And then we could take a picture.
Yeah. Where do I?
Right here.
Right here.
Okay, thank you.
So good evening, and thank you for this meaningful recognition. On behalf of Somerset Hills YMCA, I want to express our deep gratitude for this Pride resolution and for the opportunity to stand here today in celebration of equality, belonging, and inclusion. At the Y, our mission is rooted in strengthening community for all, and that means creating a space where every individual, regardless of background, identity, or orientation, feels welcomed, respected, and empowered to thrive. We are proud to serve a community as diverse and vibrant as ours, and we are committed to continuing this vital work every day. This recognition is not only an honor, it's a reflection of the shared dedication of our staff, volunteers, members, and partners. Your leadership inspires us, and your support helps make our commitment to inclusion not just a value, but a lived reality. Thank you again for this acknowledgement and for standing with us in building a stronger, more inclusive community for all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll stand over here. Give them one. Next, we have Resolution 2025-0265, recognizing the Ridge High School Drama Club on receiving the 2025 Foxy High School Play Award for overall outstanding production. So we're going to present you with a resolution tonight, but I wanted to say something first. We are proud to recognize an exceptional group of students for their creativity, hard work, and passion for the performing arts. Ridge High School Drama Club recently received the prestigious Foxy High School Play Award for overall outstanding production, a statewide honor presented by Montclair State University at their annual Theater Night Awards. Their production of Radium Girls stood out among hundreds of entries from across New Jersey. This award reflects not only the incredible work of the students, cast, and crew, but also the dedication of their advisors, directors, parents, and the strength of the entire Ridge High School Performing Arts program. It is clear that the arts are thriving in our schools, and we could not be prouder. I offer our warmest congratulations to the Ridge High School Drama Club on this outstanding achievement. You've made your town very, very proud, and we look forward to seeing what's next. Can I have a motion?
So moved?
Second?
Discussion? Would you like to say something?
Sure. So first and foremost, congratulations. This is really exceptional, as the mayor said, and as a parent of a Ridge High School graduate and went to many of the shows. Unfortunately, I didn't see this one. You're exceptional talent. And what an interesting storyline. So I went and read about Radium Girls, and the first thing that I was struck with was that this is a very difficult storyline, in particular for younger individuals like yourselves who perhaps haven't been in a work environment where there are safety and health concerns up to leading toward complications and potentially death. So the idea that you were able to translate this, interpret it, and do it so well is, I'm very impressed by that. I'm really sorry I didn't see it. But that being said, it's also a very timely story because the economy is evolving, workplaces are evolving. Now people are concerned about depression and other factors which are so different from the toxic chemicals of Radium Girls. So again, you took really difficult material, you owned it, you exceeded, and we're just so proud. And then I know from my daughter's work in productions that it's such a large group of people who make a production come to life. It's the set crew, it's it's everyone. It's your parents, it's the directors. So to all of you, congratulations. To your family and friends who support you. What a wonderful moment of pride for you and for them. And I hope that for those of you who are seniors and are moving on, that your passion and talent for theater is just something that continues throughout your lives. So congratulations. Jen?
So I actually brought my daughter's birthday party to your production, and it was stunning. The topic was very, a little dark. Yeah. What struck me about this production, the dialogue. How many lines did you all memorize? And you did that just for 3. I was just like, after I saw, I was like, oh, they did all this work just for 3. I mean, it was amazing. And I'm not gonna forget those trees. I heard those, I had an inside scoop, those were pool noodles. I'm just saying, like, everyone that contributed to that, the sets, all of the actors, it was amazing. And it's why you got the award. I'm not surprised. This isn't about Cinderella, because I saw the spring one too. I just remember sitting in that production, because many of you were in there too. And I had to pinch myself that I was in a high school auditorium watching high schoolers. I remember, I think the pit blew me away. I mean, it's just, again, all of the artists contributed in just a tremendous way. So a heartfelt congratulations. You all deserve this. Thank you for what you contributed. You just brought so much joy, and I can't wait to see the next one. So thank you.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Would somebody like to speak before we take a picture on behalf? No? You can't be shy, you're in theater.
But artists are weird sometimes, so sometimes we're introverts.
Oh, come up here. We can all, so there's actual people watching us at home. Hello.
Hello, hi, I'm Tim Lynch. I'm the Director of Theater Arts at Ridge High School, and we just want to thank all of you for recognizing the arts. I mean, we're so thankful to our really supportive administration at Ridge High School, our wonderful kids, the performing arts faculty. We are so supported by our very dedicated parents, and we just really look for material when selecting our plays and musicals that young people, find themselves in that story, and that will make the kids and the school community, the student body, our Basking Ridge community feel, not only inspired and entertained, but less alone. That was our big theme this year with Cinderella and Radium Girls, because we really believe the power of the arts. It's really just the greatest opportunities that we can give our kids when they're in high school. So all of this is just icing now on the cake, so thanks so much.
Thanks. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
here with you.
Let's do level. Front row crouch.
Mr. Lynch? Here's your award.
Yes, thanks for your words.
Enjoy your summer.
Thank you. Wait for it to get quiet. Okay. Public Works section, Christie?
None this evening, Mayor.
Correspondence?
None this evening.
Public comments. Comments are welcome during the public comment period during this meeting on any agenda item or other matters over which the Township Committee has jurisdiction. However, if an ordinance is listed for its own public hearing on the agenda, please hold your comments for that particular public hearing. The public comment portion of the agenda is not structured as a question and answer session, but offers an opportunity to share your thoughts with the Township Committee. The committee may or may not address these comments during the meeting. However, all comments are considered. To address this body, the speaker must come forward to the microphone, state his or her name and address for the record. Each speaker is limited to 5 minutes. The clerk will keep time. Please promptly yield the floor when time is called and return to your seat. Your cooperation and adherence to these rules of order will ensure an orderly and respectful meeting. I open public comment.
Good evening. Brett Hodges, 177 Lord Sterling Road in Basking Ridge. I am grateful to Berners Township Committee for acknowledging June as Pride Month. I am also in appreciation of the language that Berners Township used in their first resolution recognizing Pride Month back in 2020. Specifically that the Township of Berners values safety, equality, expression of independent thoughts and ideas, and inclusion for all residents. What a great sentiment. I have family members who associate with the LGBTQ+ community. I have seen their struggles from both a legal and cultural perspective. I also know people who've been estranged from their families because they associate with the LGBTQ+ community. These struggles are real. And I am so proud to say I live in a township which supports Pride Month. Anna mentioned a theme for Pride Month in Washington, D.C. Regarding fabrics of our community. And when I was looking up, another theme that I found for Pride Month is activism and social change for 2025. Activism and social change struck me as a bedrock feature of American society for hundreds of years. And now, perhaps more than ever, we need to remain diligent to ensure inclusion of our LGBTQ+ community. It is wonderful we celebrate the diverse identities and cultures in this community during Pride Month and throughout the year. Thank you very much.
Thank you for acknowledging our support and coming in. Thank you.
Teitelstein, Riverside Drive. Just a couple of points. I made a mistake last month about the phone at the police department at the front door. There is no phone. There's no button. There's a metal plate there covering where there used to be a button. All there's a sign that says, call the number for the police department. So if somebody who needs help, who doesn't have a phone, or the phone is dead, or they're unable to get to their phone, they're going to have a problem. Like I said last time, that door should be open 24 hours a day. There's no reason. And I think that I spoke to several officers, and I've heard that their complaints these days is time to do discovery. Because of the cameras and stuff, they have to look at the discovery a lot more. Perfect timing. You assign an officer there who's got to do his discovery. He could be at the desk, actually, and he'll be at record, so he could do his discovery. Should be a benefit for both us and for them. Either way, that door needs to be open and access to somebody who has answers for them or help. And I think the police subcommittee should speak to the chief about it. If there's a reason why that phone doesn't work anymore and he doesn't want to have somebody there, then the phone's got to be replaced. You can't have nothing there. Because when somebody's, let me in, somebody's killing me, it's not going to help. I'd rather have the door open so somebody can go in there. If nothing else, ask questions, ask directions, maybe use the public facility or something. It's just, it should be open. Next thing is, I'd like to see a study done through fire prevention for to either amend or add to an ordinance in regards to charging lithium batteries for e-bikes or any vehicle that uses e-bikes. We hear nothing but problems. I know, let's say for instance, Hamilton, Hillsborough, New York City, they've been plagued with these fires because of the lithium batteries. Honestly, I didn't look to see what fire prevention has on there. They may have something in there. I don't think so. If they do, then they should actually get out there and tell people the dangers of not charging the batteries correctly or using inferior batteries. If somebody's house that's going to be burning down, or a battery blowing up, or the fire department has to spend hours trying to put out a fire that they can't do with water. So it's something that I think should be looked into and sent to the fire prevention to study it if we actually need a change in the ordinance. Probably the most important person that, I won't say the most, but the person who really gets things moving and working through the planning board and the zoning board is Cindy Kiefer. And she's retiring, she's leaving at the end of the month. And I just want to say that she'll be missed. She does a lot of work. She's got to tolerate a lot of different people, including myself. And right there, she deserves a medal. But, not everybody who calls for planning or for zoning are going to be happy campers, or who are misinformed or whatever. And she actually handles it. She corrects them. She gives them the information. They come in here. She's at the desk, and she basically runs the meeting through the desk. Even though, the board members are great, but without her guiding them in the agenda, I think it's a problem. I just wanted to say that I think that she'll be missed, and I will miss her. And I think that's enough for me tonight.
So, do you mind if I ask you a question for my own curiosity?
Sure.
We haven't had somebody in the police department for over 15 years, 24 hours. That door's been locked for like
I
15
understand
years. So, no, I'm asking you what prompted you after 15 years to think that we needed it?
Well,
I'm
Jan,
just curious.
to tell you, this is not the first time I've mentioned it in 15 years. I bet that Jake could probably find articles that I've mentioned at least 5 or 6 times in different years. So this is not the first time, but it's something that I'm not going to, I've lived every change of the committee needs to hear it, and, you know, if they decide they don't want to do it, that's fine.
Right.
But I'm not going to be said that somebody didn't step up and mention it.
Right.
And I'm going to tell you, I came from a busy police department, and I know other police departments that have doors open. And where they have homeless people camped there when it's freezing out, or where they have people who need facilities or who needs help, that door's open. And these people down there are a lot more scarier characters than come up here. And so there's no reason why that door can't be open.
Okay.
We hired
Maybe
extra
something
officers for it. Well, you asked the question, and I'll say we have the people, and because of the discovery problems, I think that's a perfect opportunity to have that door open and have people assisting. They may never see anybody come to that door, but the one person that you miss, or somebody wants to drop off a baby, and the law says they can just drop them off and leave anonymously. If that door is locked, who's going to know there's a baby at that door? Thank you very much.
Thanks, Todd. Anyone else?
Hi, Sue Trapp, 214 North Maple Avenue. I just want to support what Todd was saying about the police. I can tell you that before I came to Basking Ridge, I was in Cedar Grove, much smaller community than Basking Ridge, and they have a 24-hour person. They have a sergeant who's sitting at the desk, and that door is always open 24/7. So hopefully we can find some way of doing that. It's not 100% related, but I will tell you that it's important to have, when you have vulnerable people in your community, no matter what it is, whether it's somebody who's needing to report a crime, or you do have homeless, or whatever. I'll tell you a little bit of a story that just recently happened. My dad was in an assisted living, and just recently, a very high-end assisted living, and a gentleman who was not prone for wandering or in the memory unit, more recently, he got himself dressed and walked out the front door at 12:10 at night. There was no one at the front desk because it was not manned 24/7. He went down the street a little ways, quite a bit in fact, ended up getting hit by a car and was killed. So it's important to have, where you have vulnerable people, it's important to have the resources available to those vulnerable people 24/7. I truly do believe that. Another item completely different that I just want to bring up is, now that we've been through the affordable housing situation, 10 years is going to go fast. So one of the things I'm going to challenge you guys and whoever is the right people in our community to do is to consider putting something forth that are sort of rules of development, so to speak, such that when you have people coming to us, developers who want to develop land, that we have something that says, okay, if it's 10 or more units, you've got to have a certain percentage or a certain amount that has to be allocated for affordable housing, whether it's any special needs or whether it's the family or whatever it is, so that we don't get caught from behind. Maybe it's even something where they contribute monies so that we can build the special needs that we need, or they donate certain lands or whatever it is, so that we can continue to stay ahead of it and do what's right for this community. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Going to close public comment. Staff comments, township committee comments, and board liaison reports. Pat?
Thank you, Mayor. Earlier this evening, we held a swearing-in ceremony for our police department. I want to congratulate our new Lieutenant Chris Baxter, 16-plus years of service, Sergeant Phil Jacina, 11-plus years of service, and Corporal Dominic Abusamaro, who had 7 years here in Berners Township and 4 years elsewhere. Also, our newest personnel appointments, John Sable to Assistant Animal Control Officer, and a new technical assistant to construction, Tina Hansford. And last but not least, I want to recognize Chris Hurst and Cindy Kiefer. Mr. Hurst, lieutenant here, 30-plus years, Cindy's been here 8 years. Both have been a valuable asset to Berners Township. They will both be missed. I congratulate them on their retirement. Wish them and their family all the best. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Mr. Bellardo?
Mayor, likewise to Lieutenant Hurst and Ms. Kiefer, both excellent employees, and I wish them well.
Thank you. Christie?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. The Township Committee meeting scheduled for July 15th is canceled due to a lack of quorum. The following meeting will be July 29th, 2025. Thank you.
Thank you. Jen?
Sure, thank you. So a few updates. Ross Farm celebrated Flag Day and also included Jay Berry's birthday. So many of you may know Jay Berry is an unbelievable volunteer and helps with many productions actually within the township. I bring this up because they erected this amazing display of U.S. flags, and they're leaving them up through 4th of July. So it's something that, drive over, take a gander. It's absolutely stunning. Amazing work from Mr. Becker and those amazing volunteers at Ross Farm. I wanted to congratulate all of our graduates. William Annan graduated on Thursday, Ridge graduated on Friday, and wish all of our students a happy summer. Last week was also a big week for our Basking Ridge Fire Company #1. They received their newest piece of equipment, Ladder 20. It replaced Engine 205 that served our community since 2003, and all of the folks were super excited. It's very technical. It's got all kinds of great gadgets, and they're like, we're ready to jump into the training so they can, become more familiar with that rig and get it out. So it's a beautiful machine. And we'll be able to see it at upcoming things. For instance, I'm sure we could see it at National Night Out as an example. The Board of Health made an important announcement that there was an aggressive raccoon that was tested positive for rabies after biting a person who was gardening in Bernardsville Borough on June the 16th. And they're reminding folks to do everything to not encourage animals to come to your home. Make sure that your animals are fully vaccinated against rabies, for instance. You all may know that our health department services multiple municipalities, so that's why I bring it up. Bernardsville is just a stone's throw from here, so please keep an eye on wildlife. Wildlife is out there. Over the weekend, the Basking Ridge Indian community held the International Yoga Day at Harry Dunham Park. Dr. Jha, who happened to be not only an excellent yoga instructor, but she's also a physical therapist, did a wonderful program. So very grateful for providing that free service to everyone within the community. It was a great opportunity. Going forward, from a summer perspective, please don't, there's a lot going on. Parks and Rec has so many things. I know that Jen Gander mentioned that specialty camps are still open for enrollment. And please take a look at the many postings about all the family events, the musicals and plays, music that will be all the different bands and plays in the park. And also don't forget the pool. I'll be there. My kids are on the swim team, so I'll be there a lot. It's a great place to be today, right? Also from our Board of Health, there is an opportunity if you need a new furry friend. There are triplet kittens, 8-week-old kittens. So if anybody needs a new friend, there are, it's one girl and 2 males. So please reach out to our new animal control officer, Dana Spiesler, if you're interested in the kitten adoption. And 2 other programs that the Board of Health is doing tomorrow. If you happen to be cooling in the library, from 12 to 1, you can also get your blood pressure checked at the library. They also have another event July the 2nd from 12:30 to 1:30. And lastly, again, because we're a municipality that they service multiple communities, the Type 2 Diabetes Prevention Program, they're holding another one July 15th in Peapack Gladstone Borough Hall. that ran here in our community, and it was very well received. So I strongly urge, if anybody has interest in this, please go. The presenter was fabulous, and they do request if you could register. So please, if you have any questions, look on the health department's website and take advantage of those free offerings. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Anna.
Thank you, Mayor. I'll join my other colleagues in also congratulating the 3 officers that we promoted this evening: Chris Baxter to lieutenant, Phil Jacina to sergeant, and Dominic Abu Samara to corporal. All of these officers have more than 10 years of service in the Bernards Township Police Department, and we're very excited to support them in their new leadership roles. I also want to welcome our new hires, John Sable and Tina Hansford, and note that Mr. Sable is also a responder to the Basking Ridge Fire Company. And like others, I also want to commend Lieutenant Chris Hurst and Cindy Kiefer on their retirements. Both in their respective roles provided exceptional service to our community, and we wish them well in this next phase of their lives. Relative to the public comment, as a member of the police subcommittee, I will follow up on the issue that's been raised to better understand the background and current approach around the 24-hour access. So we'll share back what we learn on that. And then on the fair share housing and affordable housing, just to comment, it's not quite behind us. We still have a timeline ahead that we've talked about at these meetings. While we did file our fair share plan ahead of the deadline, which is, I believe, John, June 30th, correct?
Correct.
There are still opportunities for that to be challenged. We then have to go into 2026. So, however, the point that was raised about thinking about our future and how quickly 10 years can go by is salient, and I think something that we can certainly consider how we can look at our future and how we can approach that so that we are, again, thinking what's best for our community prior to 10 years from now. So going back to just a couple of updates, Mayor, I joined all of our Township Committee members at the Basking Ridge Indian Community Holy event on June 1st, the Spring Festival of Colors. It was indeed a vibrant event, and great thanks and appreciation to the Basking Ridge Indian community for bringing culture and tradition to our community. On Sunday, June 1st, our Municipal Alliance also held the 35th Twilight Challenge. That's the 5K race and walk to raise funds to support education and programming on alcohol, tobacco, and substance abuse prevention. The event raised $6,000 and had more than 200 participants. Special thanks to Caitlin Cartoccio from our health department for leading that planning, to Dawn Marling, our director of health, for being her support, and all the volunteers, including DPW, the police department, EMT services and sponsors, and all the partners for making this a great event. Also, thank you to Mayor Fields for joining us at the event, and congratulations to Committeewoman Acey for medaling in the 5K. Very well done. In tonight's consent agenda, you will also see resolutions approving the annual and competitive grant applications for programs offered through the Municipal Alliance. These are programs that support our youth, including the high school Reach Peer Program, the middle school COPE program, and Mind and Mingle that runs in partnership with the library and helps to de-escalate stress and tension the young people feel throughout the year. It's a lot of hard work to develop these grant submissions, and we're hopeful that we again receive the funding to continue offering these programs. Quickly, on the anniversary committee, I want to share again that the committee launched a contest to create a signature logo capturing our participation as a Revolution 250 municipality. The contest is open to all residents, from students entering grade 9 through adults, and the contest information is on our website on the America 250 page under the Residents tab. That contest concludes July 4th. Our Shade Tree Commission also has launched an initiative, the Tree of the Month, and we invite residents to nominate trees to be highlighted on the Shade Tree Commission website and Township social media. Instructions on how to do so are on the Shade Tree Commission tab. Then moving forward, many of you are aware that the state of, well, you might not be aware, but the state of New Jersey is undergoing the development of updating a new state development and redevelopment plan. I'm a member of the Cross Acceptance Committee along with John Crane, Nick Cuso, Kippy Pedici, and Township Planner Dave Schley, and I attended a meeting hosted by the New Jersey Conference of Mayors on behalf of Mayor Fields to see where we were with the planning. And the state plan, there were 3 core takeaways. First, the plan has not been updated since 2001. The plan is meant to be a guidance document, not an attempt to take away local home rule. Secondly, the state plan is intended to provide strategy on the state's future growth and development in areas for investment. And lastly, a key takeaway is that farmland and open space should be considered critical infrastructure. Otherwise, if we continue to deplete our farmlands, we should stop thinking of ourselves as the Garden State. Regarding timing, I'm happy to share that Berners Township submitted our cross-acceptance report to the county. The state is having preparatory meetings with the respective counties, and once that phase is completed, the draft state plan will be released hopefully in early September. And then there will be 6 public hearings with a target to adopt the plan at the December 17th State Planning Commission meeting. And this should provide guidance for the new governor to then move forward with a strategy for our state. Then lastly, a topic that we are all feeling is the heat wave. And yesterday there were about 500 residents who experienced a power outage in Berners Township. We were followed up with our JCPL liaisons and have the following information to share. For any outages that JCPL experiences throughout the duration of a heat wave, they try to put out as many estimated time of recovery on those orders so that customers can appropriately plan. I'm sure many of you have experienced a power outage and you just want to know when is the power coming back, so they try to update this as much as possible. If JCPL crews are out in the field and there is an outage, and they find that a transformer is undersized or overloaded, they are increasing the size of the transformers they are putting back to hopefully avoid the issue in the future. And then additionally, they are keeping crews in rotation through this heat wave and storm until the end of the week. They also wanted to remind all of us that outages during heat waves do take longer to review because of the safety protocols for crews and the frequent water breaks that they need to take. And then lastly, and this is important, hopefully you received a rave alert yesterday. For any outages that occur during a heat wave, residents are always encouraged, if they don't have a place to go to a cooling shelter, including the library, the senior center, and town hall. If the repairs continue into the evening, then I think we would update the rave alert about where people could go to make sure that those buildings are open. So hopefully we'll get past this. They're now saying that the heat dome will pass through Thursday with fiery thunderstorms to continue. They're always coming up with something new to call these storms. But just know that I know there were a lot of people frustrated yesterday, and that JCPL is trying to be as responsive as possible, and in particular making these transformer repairs where they can so that they can avoid this in the future. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. So Anna is the liaison for the utilities and the OEM, so that's why she gave the update. She's done a great job, and I really appreciate it, and then keeps the mayor informed and the rest of us of what's going on. When there's an outage, she works with the OEM, and then to figure out, like yesterday was great, where do we go? Town hall's closed, where can people go? And figure out that the library would be the best place because it's open till 9. So that's how, just so you know how it works, we're all liaisons to different boards, and then that's our job to come up here and give you our update on what's going on when we're a liaison, whether it's OEM or library, or if somebody isn't here. I want to thank Jen for telling the whole Parks and Rec update, because David Tancredi is the liaison, but he's not here. So Jen gave us the update on Parks and Rec, and I also just want to add with Parks and Rec is that I want everyone to know it's important to participate in the programs that they have, which is the concerts and the plays and movie in the park. It's all free to residents. It's all free, so come out and enjoy it. And I don't think she mentioned the pool. David's also on the pool. He's not here, but I just want to let everybody know, go enjoy the pool if you're not part of it. I have great memories with my kids with the pool. Sign up, be part of it. We also have the golf, which I'm going to just say about the golf. Join the golf course, but also the golf range, which is really important. I have to push that out because that's a real benefit. Anybody can use that. You don't have to be a member. So for me, it's a benefit because my husband gets away from me, but I get away from him. So it's great. He goes all the time. He loves the golf range. It's fabulous. So all of you go out and enjoy it. I'll start with my liaison reports for the library. They have had over 80 people attend last month's Repair Cafe. Attendance numbers go up every time they hold another event. So this is really great. There's items that you can bring to the library, and they have people that will repair them for you, and it's all free of charge, which shows how our community values sustainability. The library also continues to outreach at Ridge Oak and the VA Food Bank. They have their first library pop-up at Pleasant Valley Pool, which will happen in July. Their summer reading challenge is underway, and it's open to all age children, kids, teens, and adults. The challenge is open, and anyone can register in person at the library or their Beanstack app. The event calendar is full for free events during July and August, so please take advantage of the library and all the free events that they have. They work very hard to promote the library, to bring you all in for so many opportunities that they have. There's so much more than just books there, so it's a resource. They also have other materials that you can borrow, so I can't say it enough, visit our library, stop by. Want to thank Jen for mentioning Ross Farm, so I'll skip that instead of being repetitive. I had that on my list. Yoga in the Park, I was away or I would have been there, but we're going to have our own Yoga in the Park. Yoga in the Park with the mayor, and I'll be joined with my Township committee members, and that's in September, right, Christy?
Correct, yes.
Which will be a little cooler out, so we're going to wait. We do that once a year, Yoga in the Park with the mayor, but we wait for it to get just a little bit cooler out. The Farmstead Art Center, there's always something going on. Nothing presently really going on, but you can always visit farmsteadarts.org. Also, I wanted to mention congratulations to all of those who worked so hard on their campaign and won. And for those who didn't win this time around, I just want to say, don't give up, continue to fight. And I really appreciate anybody who puts themselves out there to run for public service. It's not easy. But I'm thankful for those who serve and those who want to give of themselves to others. Really appreciate that. I too want to say Chris Hurst and Cindy Kiefer, who've been real assets to this community and this town, and they are really going to be missed. The good news about Chris Hurst is he's a volunteer fireman, so we will see him. And he also runs the Liberty Corner Fire Station building, so appreciate that. I did enjoy the Holy Festival and the Municipal Alliance 5K. Enjoy that every year, attending. Also, as a resident, I enjoy attending it. And I also want to say what Anna said, which is so important. The grant money that we receive in the Municipal Appliance is so important because that's how they run their programs. So if we get grant money, we could do more programs. And the Municipal Alliance is so important. That's where there's so many, that's where it's the mental health and the substance abuse. That's who does that for us, and we value them tremendously. So any money we can get from the county or anyone else to run all these programs, we really appreciate. So I really want to say thank you to the Municipal Alliance and to Anna for all that you do. And me too, I want to congratulate all the graduates. I'm looking forward to seeing all the kids. I love hearing children. So, they'll be around all summer, which is so nice, around the community and hearing them and participate. So it's going to be a fun time this year in Berners Township. So I think that's it. Thank you. Okay, next is Fire and Rescue appointments. Resolution 2025-0262.
Appointment to membership in Township of Bernards Volunteer First Aid Squad of Basking Ridge Fire Company No. 1, Sakina Laha, full member.
Can I have a motion?
So moved?
Second?
Discussion? Roll call. Christie?
Ms. Acey?
Yes.
Ms. Duarte McCarthy?
Yes.
Mayor Fields?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Unfinished business, ordinance 2580. Christie?
An ordinance to amend the revised general ordinances of the Township of Bernards, Chapter 4, Licensing, Section 10, Alarm Systems, and this is a public hearing.
I open public hearing and welcome comments. Anyone? I close the public hearing. May I have a motion?
Mayor, I move that ordinance number 2580 be adopted and advertised as required by law.
Second?
Roll call. Christie?
Ms. Acey?
Yes.
Ms. Duarte McCarthy?
Yes.
Mayor Fields?
Yes.
Motion carried.
New business consent agenda. The items listed within the consent agenda portion of the meeting have been referred to the Township Committee for reading and study, are posted on the agenda on the website, and are considered routine and will be enacted by one motion of the Township Committee with no separate discussion. If separate discussion is required, the item may be removed from the agenda by Township Committee action and placed on the regular agenda under new business. Would anyone like something removed?
No, Mayor.
Hearing none, I call for a motion.
So moved.
Second?
Discussion? Roll call, Christie?
Ms. Acey?
Yes.
Ms. Duarte McCarthy?
Yes.
Mayor Fields?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Resolution 2025-0273.
Compliance with NJSA 40A:5-4, 2024 Annual Report of Audit.
Can I have a motion?
Mayor, I make a motion that ordinance number we're on the resolution, correct? One moment.
That's the next.
Hold on. Resolution, yes, 20250-273. Mayor, so moved.
Second?
Discussion?
Yes, I wanted to make a
Yeah,
few
go ahead.
comments, yeah. So as Christie read, as per the resolution, New Jersey state law requires the governing body of every local unit to have an annual audit on its books, accounts, and financial transactions. This audit resulted in no deficiencies, no material weaknesses, or instances of noncompliance, and in this case, no news is good news. I also want to comment that the audit encompasses a significant amount of time from the Township Chief Financial Officer, Sean McCarthy, and his team, and this is really critical and important because the Finance Department handles large amounts of public money, and they seek to do so with a priority on doing so with integrity, accountability, transparency, and efficiency. I'm really appreciative of Mr. McCarthy and his team and our township leadership involved in this positive outcome.
Thank you. And I agree with everything you said. I won't duplicate it. We're good? We had a first, a second. Roll call, please.
Ms. Acey?
Yes.
Ms. Duarte McCarthy?
Yes.
Mayor Fields?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Ordinance 2581.
An ordinance accepting Fenwick Place, and this is introduction.
Now I'll make the motion.
Yes.
I move that ordinance number 2581 be introduced on first reading, advertised as required by law, and scheduled for a public hearing on July 29th, 2025.
Second?
Any discussion? Roll call, Christie?
Ms. Acey?
Yes.
Ms. Duarte McCarthy?
Yes.
Mayor Fields?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Ordinance 2582.
An ordinance to amend the revised general ordinances of the Township of Bernards, Chapter 21-27.1, Soil Erosion and Sedimentation Control, and this introduction.
Mayor, I move that ordinance number 2582 be introduced on first reading, advertised as required by law, and scheduled for a public hearing on July 29th, 2025.
Second?
Any discussion? Roll call, Christie?
Ms. Acey?
Yes.
Ms. Duarte McCarthy?
Yes.
Mayor Fields?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Approval of minutes 5/27/2025, open session meetings. Can I have a motion?
So moved?
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Is there an executive session, Christie?
None this evening, Mayor.
Okay. May I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved?
Second?